Welcome to Tenpines Bluff, a relatively small settlement holding two settlers that spend most of their days managing this state farm. The settlement has two buildings, one very shitty cabin and a ruined house. Since I'm now playing with my new GPU, I can use the mod that scraps pretty much everything from the settlement, and while I did remove the shrubs and rocks, I did not want to remove the ruined house. I wanted to restore it to give myself some sort of a challenge. I also got quite a few requests to create an institute-only settlement, so I decided to do that too, as the glory of Petardia cannot exist without the beautiful bastards and their wishes. I spent exactly 6 minutes trying to restore this ruined house. My idea was to add foundations around it and then add walls. This way I would create a new wall for the house and it would look much better since it would look like an institute house. Unfortunately, this dickless wooden platform was a problem. I simply couldn't build over it or close to it. No matter what I attempted to do, it wasn't working, and after those 6 minutes the stabbing urge was so massive that I simply had to delete the fucking ruins. Fuck the challenge. New idea was to simply create an institute house in that exact place while having that dickless platform as the entrance path. As I started building more platforms around the house, I came across this fucking tree. Look at this little bastard. It's impossible to move it, so I had to build blocks around it. After placing a glass fence, it didn't actually look all that bad. Once I was back at the house entrance, I realized that this looked like shit. It was a terrible idea to use the dickless platform as the entrance path. The only logical thing to do here was to pick the entire foundation up and raise it, so I could completely cover the dickless platform. Once I moved it up, I was able to add the floor over the dickless platform, and now it just became a nasty memory of the past, like Stacy. Fuck Stacy. I extended the house a bit, as well as the platform, and then attempted to add a nice door to it. You'd be surprised how difficult it is to add a nice door to institute items. This regular white door slides in a way where it slaps you in the face, while this second door doesn't snap properly, but it does slide nicely. I went with a yellow striped door and changed the walls to fit it. I added the fence around the platform and put stairs that go towards the Tato farm. Going up one level seemed like a good idea, so I placed a few blocks that would be used as a starting point of the first floor. Suddenly a Brahmin appeared. I will not admit that it scared me shitless. I wasn't sure how to place the stairs, so I used the entire stairs block and continued building the first floor. I built it around the tree thing again. It's turning out to be a very nice addition to the design. Once the platform was done, I noticed how floaty it was and that I used the thin floor blocks. This brought back the smell of shit from my previous building videos, so I deleted all of it and replaced them with the proper floors, and I also added walls that would give the sense of support for the platform. I built more stairs for the next floor, but then I needed to place walls behind it, otherwise it will always seem like it is floating. I experimented with a few different versions of walls, and I also attempted to place a door frame on the side, but the goddamned wall refused to snap. I prayed to the gods and offered them all the butts, but it wasn't working out, so I left it alone and placed the next floor down. This one has a fancy purple floor and brown walls, for reasons yet unknown. I went downstairs and replaced this wall with glass, because I wanted to have a nice view of the farming area. You must appreciate farming, as it is the first form of a civilized food source for humans. After going back up, I removed the stupid door frame and walled the room in. This became a problem because I didn't have an entrance to it now, so I created stairs from below. Irritated by the previous door frame, I decided to remove this one as well and replace all walls with the yellow striped ones. I liked how fluid the settlement seemed, but I felt like the corner after the farm needed to be a part of the design as well. I created a bridge that went towards that area, and once I was there, I used the stairs to bring the blocks all the way to the ground. Once the platform was done, I connected it to the bridge, but the bridge support seemed shitty, so I added more concrete blocks to give the sense of proper supports. Now the left side seemed shitty because the normal wall connected to concrete was in the air, but I didn't want to bother with it for now, so I added walls, a door and stairs to this first room. Once I was on the bridge again, I went across it and removed the last wall. This brought an idea to my face, an idea so glorious that made me scream, which then prompted my mom to ask me did I go insane. Foolish question, mother. To make this idea happen, I needed to redesign this area. I removed the regular walls and placed support blocks instead, so the bridge can seem realistic. Doing this made one of my rooms a bit smaller than I anticipated, but that was a clear sign that this room should be the rugs and buttsticks room. So I climbed back up on the bridge and created another platform over the house. This platform will hold an institute capsule house. You're most likely wondering whose butt did I need to touch to get these items. All of your questions will be answered in the description, my friend. Once the entire capsule was completed, I noticed how I fucked it all up. The last capsule part that I needed to add was a proper entrance that had a door only to the left or right, not in the middle. I was eating crackers as I was building this, and the salt from them overwhelmed me, and I wanted to quit building, but I'm not a goddamn snail. Fuck salt. I deleted everything and rebuilt it. I like how you can add different parts to it, such as this panel that covers the connecting points of the capsule, castles, and a wall that has a fan. It gives you quite a few options when it comes to customization of the design. The last thing that I wanted to add to the settlement was the greenhouse, yet another miracle of the gods. As I was adding the walls, I encountered problems with corners. I couldn't align the fucking corners properly because of this dirt ground that was being stupid. I also built some extra walls right next to the glass of the building, and I accidentally deleted the glass instead of the greenhouse wall, and this bitch kept looking at me like I accidentally stabbed her in the ass. I gave up on that corner and built the rest of the walls and the doorway. The greenhouse also has roof items, so I started adding them, and as soon as I got to this damned corner I couldn't add it anymore, so I deleted the wall and used the roof as a snapping point. Roof saves the day for the first time ever. I finished by adding doors that are also greenhouse items. This way the two settlers can have their stupid farm and cabin, while the Institute residents can do their own things around it. What are Institute members going to do here? Well, you will find out when we place the items in the settlement in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and I hope you liked the Tenpines Bluff Institution design. Let me know, do you have any ideas for any of the rooms? I have been Petard, your glorious lord, and may the blessings of Petardia eternally touch your butt. Once the platform...